So for a little bit of context, right? Uh, the game that I'm in that's a little bit on hiatus. My character got bitten by a werewolf. Um, Specifically a werewolf, by the way, not like a curse, not like a were tiger or anything. Right? He's actually a werewolf. Okay. um, and he got bitten before the new monster manual got put out. And we were gonna wait to change it until they released the monster manual, and it got released, and I looked at it, right, and I'll put the stat block of what I think it is, just like right here, okay, so you can look at it, or the stats or whatever for a werewolf right here, right, and I don't know what a player would get, but if it's anything like this, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it. uh and I'm gonna go break it down here, okay? I'll put the old one here, so you can for comparison. So they increased the AC, right, to 15, and the health by to 71, which is like a 4 increase, and I think a 15 increase, which is okay, cool. I think they increased the strength and dex too, and they made them even. So a little bit more damage and a little, you know, is going to come out. What really bothers me is the new one has a longbow, and why this bothers me is for many reasons, okay? One of them is, why would a werewolf use a longbow, right? When I think of werewolf, right, I don't think of someone that is gonna be an archer. You know, I always have in mind that they are just feral beasts that just run at you and just trying to rip you apart, right? It neither does what I think just a wolf. If I would match a wolf, right, with any weapon, it wouldn't be a longbow, right? Which is, it does not match at all, okay? Another thing I have a problem with the longbow is if you look at the bottom with the longbow, humanoid or hybrid form, right? It does 2d8 piercing damage. 2d8 plus 2, but 2d8 damage. The 2d8 is coming from the bow, okay? It's coming from the bow. Does that mean if you kill a werewolf, right, or if you steal their longbow from them, would you be doing 2d8 damage? Okay, does that what that means? Right? Which raises the question, right? What if you, like, go after a hill giant, right, and take their club, like, right? Like, cast enlarge on you and steal their club. And would you be doing, like, what, like 2d8 damage of bludgeoning? Right? And if you shrink, would the club shrink with you? Right? Even if you count the enlarge damage bonus, right? If you use a great sword, right, you'll be doing 2d6 plus 4 plus 1d4. Okay, a great club is 2d8. Right away, you'll be doing more damage. Okay. Plus, I think you add the 1d4 to this. So just by stealing a hill giant's weapon, you'll be doing 2d4 plus 1d4, 2d8 plus 1d4 damage. Okay, so this raises the fact that their longbow does 2d6 damage, raises so many questions and causes just so many problems. Right? It's stupid. Like the scratch, I think they could have named a better. I think they could have named something else other than scratch. You know, like rip. You know, other than scratch or claw. I think claw worked. The other thing that I'm not too fond of, the fact that the shapeshift is bonus action is kind of nice. Kind of all right, sure. But the other thing that bothers me, right, is, I think it's so stupid what they did here. For the curse, it's Constitution saving throw of DC 12, right, which is all right. It's not bad, but but if you're not like proficient that's by the time you're gonna fight a werewolf, right? They're CR3, so by the time you're gonna fight a werewolf, for a lot of people that's gonna be a 50-50 shot. This is CR3, so you're fighting at level 3. So a lot of people are not gonna have any sort of bonus to their constitution, like a wizard or something. But my main problem with it is the fact that if on failure, if the cursed target, right, drops to 0 hit points, it instead becomes a werewolf under the DM's control and has 10 hit points. Okay, that has many issues. One, right, if you drop to 0, okay, no death saving throw. You immediately lose your character, okay? Unless they somehow subdue you. Okay? Unless they somehow subdue you, right, you're just gonna lose your character. And are able to cure it. Okay? Which is stupid. And you won't know they're cursed until your character drops to 0. Okay? You're just not gonna know. And the party couldn't just not know, right? They're cursed. And then one time you can be unlucky and your character dropped to 0, and then suddenly werewolf with 10 hit points. There's so many problems with it. And another thing I'm not a huge fan of is the fact that they took away their defenses, like immunity and resistance. I understand them getting rid of the immunity part, but they could have at least dropped it to resistance. And I know they're trying to get rid of resistance, but that just makes them one giant sacks of health, one giant sacks of meat. It seems kind of stupid to me. There's so many things wrong with just the werewolf, right? And I haven't even looked at the new monster manual entirely, Like, they need to do something with werewolves, but I think they went the wrong direction. They went the wrong direction with it. It's kind of neat to have pack tactics, right? Because that kind of makes them more pack related, but I think they could have picked a better ability other than pack tactics, Like I know wolves have it, or dogs, or whatever, but I think they could have picked a better trait that fits werewolves, I don't know. I think I could have made a better one that fit werewolves better than pack tactics. But I know it's a minor thing. It still works. But I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. I think they could have picked that longbow and the weapon and the curse, man. God. But this is a longer one. Grenaded here. I'm just ranting at this point. Let me know what you think of it. Please let me know. Till then, bye bye.